You're bringing up a topic that no one really likes to talk about in tech, which is governance. I think a lot of people see governance as the capital G governance of the ivory tower, command and control, thou shalt do. I use the analogy all the time. Hop into any car. I know where the brake pedal, the gas pedal, and the steering wheel is. I can turn the key and go. A lot of people think that an API is just the resources. What data am I returning? It's like, well, how do you group those blocks of data into capabilities? Those capabilities are not unique across the company either. So like every large company I've worked at has usually a supply chain and a digital e-commerce presence. So they have a digital product and a supply chain product and maybe a manufacturing product. Well, each one of them owns the product model, but they're different product models. So if you just look at the product resource, it could have 400 attributes or it could have 10, depending on what the context is. If you start namespacing them or putting them into context, well, now you have the ability to separate the capabilities, really build out a holistic design. And it even goes to the microservices of now I can group things logically that are going to run together and protect those resources instead of having a distributed monolith to where, well, I need to really interact with these two resources, but to do it, I have to do 20 other steps.
I mean, we talk about this. I mean, you pick the right tool for the right job.
Yep.
Right? It's like we have a distributed monolith. I say in some cases we broke down that monolith and it's just all in pieces all over. But what problems are we actually fixing, or are we actually making more problems for ourselves? And I think there's a case to be had where we talk about with these microservices. One of the problems I had with at a previous company was everything's gonna be microservices. Okay, well, what's the template?
Yep.
What's the standard? Oh, well, just you own your own microservices. So all of a sudden now, everyone's in microservices, but there's no standard on what protocol we're using, or
no governance.
There's no governance. So then at that point, great, now we're in microservices, but if I want to go integrate with another team's microservice, they probably don't have documentation around it. It's not the same structure. It's not that they don't have, there's a plethora of problems that come out of it that it just makes it the struggle.
I mean, you're bringing up a topic that no one really likes to talk about in tech, which is governance, right? Another Postman leader who saw him talks about governance quite a bit and loved the conversations with him for it. But I think a lot of people see governance as the capital G governance of the ivory tower, command and control, thou shalt do. And Ken Lane talks a lot about governance as well. We talk about the little G governance of have a style guide for APIs, have a design template, have a way that developers can quickly pick up to the thing that everyone else is doing within the company, but make it truly a guide, a little G of like, follow this unless there's a reason to diverge. And the reason to diverge shouldn't be because I want to build my resume, because I want to, because of this. It should be, not necessarily an academic dissertation, but maybe hey, Go does parallel programming better than Node.js, or I can do threads a lot better in coroutines versus doing it in Java. And I need to parallel process 1,000 things at once. Great, go diverge for that thing. It's not a blanket statement that you go off and diverge everything, but you need to have it to where the innovation can happen, the stylistic changes can do. I mean, the style guide for APIs, there's plenty of them out there. Adidas has a public one. There's a few other public ones that are out there. They are great starting points. They may not fit your style. They may not fit your API designs, but you can set up that for your company to have a little G governance of, unless there's a reason to diverge from this style, the look, taste, smell, feel drives the developer experience. I mean, I use the analogy all the time. Hop into any car, except for a specialized like semi truck, but I know where the brake pedal, the gas pedal, and the steering wheel is. I can turn the key and go. I may not know how to control the radio or the air conditioner connect to Bluetooth, but I can go.
Well, and I think having style guides, I love when you talk about style guides, because I talk about that as well. I think it opens up innovation faster, and it allows for faster integration. It allows for, that developer experience. If you're not having to track down or build from the ground up, you're like, no, we've got a style guide. Here's what it should be like. you're just gonna increase the velocity of your developer teams. And at a large scale, that can mean, for when I'm talking from a post perspective, that could be
10x.
Yeah, that could be, and it could be millions of dollars in time savings.